Hi, Rachel. Hi, Allison. My name's Nick. I'm in Bend, Oregon. Rachel, you talked with Marcy last week, and this is your complimentary website audit. What we're going to do in 5 or so minutes is show you 3 or 4 things that you can do yourselves in order to get qualified traffic back to your site and thus more clients. We're also going to compare you with a competitor and show you a couple things you could do there to help yourselves out. So let's get started. I hit the site. It looks beautiful. One of the suggestions I would make is up at the top. See how it scrolls and it stays at the top? You'll want to put a phone number, and that phone number should be what's known as a click to call. So when someone hovers it, they can just call. Because down here, it's a little hard to see. And today, roughly, they say 60% of people are looking at stuff on a cell phone, right? So as they're looking at your site on a cell phone here, you can see it spaces itself beautifully. It's optimized for cell phone. But again, we'll want that phone number at the bottom. Speaking of this first page, Google looks at content. Content is the #1 factor when determining where you're going to appear in a Google search. Let's say someone's looking for Portland interior designer. Content, 2,000 words minimum on the first page. I know you don't have that many. It may sound like a lot. However, once you get going, you can do that. You can do that easily. And content then says, hey, Allison Smith Design, that website's a subject matter expert. It tells that to Google. So Google then starts to pull you up on top of your competitors or ahead of your competitors in searches. Now, I've noticed this. Google does not look at the images except for the names. And you've got this first one saved as Portland interior designer, Allison Smith Design. But then we've got this one saved as that, same thing. And every image that's here is saved as that. That's not going to help. What you want to do is look at individual keywords, right? And even by looking at the image, you might be able to put a few words together, and that's what you save it as. So let's move on. And what I want to do here is this is a tool called Ahrefs that I'm getting into. And this really goes kind of into the mechanics of your website, so to speak. So to show you a couple items, backlinks are links from relevant sites back to your own site saying, hey, Allison Smith Design, that website is credible. So you've got a lot of backlinks, which are good. And there's do follow and no follow. Do follow is basically it's a link back to your site. Those are the most, I won't say popular, but those are the best ones. Okay. But the thing is, what we want to look for is, besides backlinks, we look for keywords because keywords are in your content and keywords are also in your backlinks. So you've got 652 keywords, which is pretty good, and about 96 traffic. Not bad. You have more traffic coming to your site than the majority of all the sites. The average is less than 20. However, as we look at some of your keywords, here's one, Portland interior design, right? It's an 80 search volume. The keyword difficulty is 21. Keyword difficulty goes from 0 to 100. 0 to 10 are fairly easy. They all take time though. See, you're in the 11th position here. What I would recommend for some quick successes is look at all these that you're on 10, 11, 12, right? 13. Here's one, interior decorator Portland, 80 search volume. You're number 13, so you're not getting any traffic. So these ones where you're just hanging on the cusp of the bottom of page 1, the top of page 2, that's where we want to start to look at that, okay? And you could tell, if I look at Portland interior designer, with this little tool to show where you're at, and that's not bad. You're in the 13th position. You're going to get a little traffic, but you're not going to get nearly as much as if you're in the first or second position. The first position typically gets about 30% of all search volume. So now, when we search for Portland interior designer, the first one to come up organically is Jessica Helgertson interior design. And it's a good looking page and whatnot. I wouldn't say it's any better looking than yours, but let's look at Ahrefs for them. A lot of backlinks did this over time, right? Organic keywords, 2,000. So they're getting almost 1,000 people to their site, 10 times what you're getting. And I'm not saying you can get here right away. you can get some of this and you could scale it over time. 100 people, 150, 200, 300 a month. And when we look at keywords, here's some good ones to look at. Interior designer Portland, right? 150 search volume, #1 position. They got 54 people coming from that. So you can see as we look down, Portland interior design, here's another one with 80. And really, if you want to focus on what'll really get you the biggest bang for your buck, we look at keywords from 0 to 5. Keyword difficulty, that's what I mean. And as we start to look through here, we'll start to see some words that, hey, you know what? I may want this keyword. I may want that keyword. But really, you want to determine what your buyers are coming to your site for, right? What are your customers looking like? And those are probably the keywords once you check it in something like this to see how much traffic they can get. So to recap, content is king. Content on your homepage, on your inner pages. Backlinks, you have some, you just need better backlinks. They're not all the same with keywords such as kitchen remodeling Portland. And I don't know if I touched upon this, but when someone does do a search and you look at this area here with the map, this is called the map pack. And here they are. You get here by having what are known as citations. It's your name, address, and phone number in various directories throughout the internet. So it really is a process and a finite, it's almost like a mathematical problem in order to start to grow your traffic to your site. So I will call you next week. If there's anything else, please feel free to reach out, 541-420-8430. Thank you, Rachel, and thank you, Allison. Have a great day.